Alright, so this is the justification for the series Bible of the Fearless Youth. The Fearless Youth is an anime series about a young boy who tries to avenge his father's death while at the same time trying to end an epic war between nations. The story takes place in a world where multiple nations exist on a single continent. Guns have not been invented in this world, and everybody fights with weapons, including swords, shields, and magic, etc. The first two episodes are tied together before the death of his father. At first, all is well in the boy's home village. However, that all changes when his home is attacked by a nation known as Anguish. When the boy finds his home under attack, he runs to find his father, who is defending his house. He eventually tells his son to leave with his friend because they have to make it out alive. The son obeys and leaves the village with his friend. When they leave, they have enough time to look back and watch their home completely burn to the ground. Now they are all alone in the middle of a war that neither one of them really truly understands. Cool. Okay.
So it involves a turf war. It's the war between the two nations over.
The single continent. There's a series Bible.
It features a rebel. The main character, who is a fearless youth, is a rebel.
Right. It involves an explosion. So basically, an explosion could be anything. Doesn't have to be real. So basically.
Well, it's also the explosion of the house burning.
Yes.
A ritual. The ritual is the main character Dante Home. He has to go on a ritual of his father. It never happened because his father died, but the ritual of training him in sword fighting.
It involves a hunter. The fearless youth, the main character, is a hunter against the people who killed his father.
A close shave. Dante nearly dies after escaping a group of bandits.
Powerful ally. He finds a powerful ally that teaches him like sword fighting and stuff like that.
Cliffhanger. The end.
Few Against the World. Dante and his friend, who he escaped the town with, are few because they don't really know what's happening, and they're against basically all the all the nations kind of fighting each other.
It features a chronicle. It's the story of Dante is the main character.
Dante.
It involves a quest, a story, a quest too.
A sneak attack. The bandits did a sneak attack on Dante and his friends on a trail, I think, in one of the episodes, and also another sneak attack example would be the house burning down.
It involves a journey, obviously a journey that Dante makes across the continent.
A ghost. This is the ghost of Dante's brother. He often, visits himself. His ghost often spirit visits Dante's consciousness and guides him.
It involves an escape at the beginning. Dante escapes the village.
Property wild card involving a person, place, or thing. Person being Dante Home.
Spying. Dante and his friends spy on the bandits.
Coming of age. Obviously, Dante comes of age throughout the story.
Go.
Involving a trick. Trick is burning down the entire village and starting a war.
Involves a bands of outsiders. Dante and his friends are bands of outsiders that go across multiple towns.
A symbol of hope. Dante becomes a symbol of hope for the entire nation.
Involves a battle royale. These two nations are in a battle royale between each other.
Psychological torment. Dante has to live with the death of his father and brother on his shoulders.
Deep.
What's the name of the guy?
The sage is Dante's father. Before he dies, he was a sage. He was a master of sword, basically.
It involves a successor. Dante, in his own right, is a successor to his father in learning sword fighting.
He's a magician.
A magician. There's several magicians throughout the story because it's fight with magic, basically.
And regarding A Stranger Comes to Town, Dante and his friends are strangers that come to different towns.
Featuring somebody waiting. I'm guessing somebody waiting. He's waiting for
the nation to come to peace.
Involves hesitance. Dante hesitates to go, but then looks back and sees his house burn down.
A theory. Dante has a theory that eventually, this will all clear up and become peaceful.
Involving a magic trick. The village. Magic.
Go.
Okay. It involves a mole. There's a point where there's a mole in the Anguish Nation.
A healer. This is going to be Harris Home, who is Dante Home's father. He was a healer for the town.
And featuring a juvenile delinquent, we could argue that Dante would be a juvenile at the beginning.
Wait, and I think Jeremy said a mole. This is also portrays to Silver the Silencer, who is the arch enemy in the story, because he fought for both sides and turned on one. Did you say that?
Yeah.
A misunderstanding. Dante comes to misunderstanding what is happening around him, and he doesn't understand completely the concept of the wars. Arjun, Mercedes Morgan, Jeff Sendejas, Amy Harvey, and George Hall. My lovely friend Connor, who I love, is worked on our deals.